you're watching PA Harness Week, and I'm Charlotte McBride. Well, this week it was all about the drivers. That's right. Some of the sport's biggest drivers had a big week on the track. We're going to give you the details coming up. Plus, we've got you covered with all of the best and biggest highlights of the top races. It's all coming up next. It was a drive of a lifetime for Matt Kakaley. We'll talk with him about this superstar foiled again. At Harris, Philadelphia, it's the Stallion Series Championships, and one driver won all four. Can you guess who? We'll tell you coming up, and we'll head to Vernon Downs and Mohawk for the national races. You're watching racing's fastest paced half hour. It's all starting right now on Comcast Sportsnet.
There they go. Explosive Matter wins the Colonial easily. Underway. Starting fast outside there is Brent Messenger to the early. Five before the halftime. Just over 3 to go. At the top of the stretch.
Well, hi there. Look at you, already sitting in your comfy chair, sitting down for another half hour of BA Harness Week. Got your cup of coffee over there, a little Danish. What's on the side of the Danish? That looks kind of weird, doesn't it? I don't know what that is.
They have coffee in Danish in the afternoon?
I think they do. Obviously, the people I'm looking at do.
It's Saturday, right?
Yeah. I don't want you to think you guys can see us and we can't see you, because we can. Hi there. Along with Heather Moffett, which would be her, I'm Steve Ross, and this is, in fact, PA Harness Week. The next half hour will go by so fast, so blazing fast, you won't know what hit you. And we're not going to waste any time, because Heather has the 10th from Saturday at Mohegan Sun and Pocono Downs. It only featured the richest harness horse in history.
Well, you're really close. I'll elaborate. Okay, first of all, it's $50,000 on the line. Open Pacers. Number 3 is We Will See. He hasn't had a win since mid-July, but the bettors have him as the 8-5 favorite. Now, the two Coke second choices are number 6, Better Sweet, and then number 7, Foiled Again. Now, Foiled Again is coming off that huge win in Canada in the Pacing Derby, where he became North America's richest pacer in harness racing history. Yes.
My bad.
That's okay. That's okay. You'll probably make a couple more mistakes, and I will correct you for the next half an hour. But let's check out the race first.
We Will See trying to find his stride again after a couple of rare clunkers for this one. From third now, Better Sweet going to try to put a charge into the leader here. Miller, who's got the hot hand tonight, urges this one past. We Will See back to second, followed there by Rockincam. Then it's 2 to who goes first. Foiled Again, coming off a huge win in the Canadian Derby, is 5th right now, but has that big late kick. Blatantly good at the back, along with Feel Like a Fool. The half, 54-2, 27-3 second panel. Blistering fractions on this off track. It's Better Sweet with the lead by about a length. We Will See poised to come at him again from the pocket. On the inside there, Rockincam, and now Foiled Again. First over there, going to get some cover there from Rockincam. A good break for that one. Inside 5th, who goes first? Further back, blatantly good. Feel Like a Fool. It's still Better Sweet at 3/4. 122 even. 27-3 there on the back. Rockincam on the outside now, just about even with Better Sweet. Foiled Again is second over, and on the inside, We Will See still with a shot. Top of the stretch here. Slight lead for Rockincam. Better Sweet digging in. We Will See in the passing lane. Outside, Foiled Again. Better Sweet and Foiled Again to the line. Foiled Again is up in time.
We Will See sets off the first teletimer in 26-4. Better Sweet makes a quick move to the front to take over. Then here comes Rockincam first up. Who is behind him? Second over?
Foiled Again.
Yes, and he paces his little legs off. He gets up in 149-1. Just a real thriller here. Blatantly Good was there for third. This is probably one of the best horses, without a doubt, that Matt Kakaley has ever driven.
Hold on, let me inject this. He is so happy to be driving this horse, and Yannick was up in Canada. That's why Yannick Gingras didn't drive the horse. So he is so in love with this horse now, he had to be physically pulled off the horse's neck. He was like a crazy person.
Wow, I don't know know if we have video of that, but we do have a little bit of a conversation between Kelly and Matt Kakaley about this amazing horse.
Here with Matt Kakaley following a huge feature race at Pocono, quite a talented field. You were on the richest pacer, Foiled Again, but I understand not your first time driving this horse.
No, I drove him in the Battle of Lake Erie a couple times, and I drove him up in Batavia once also. And, you know, it's always a privilege to drive one like him.
Absolutely. So talk to us about this race. A lot of fast fractions in here, and talk to us how it played out in your favor.
You know, we had the 7-hole, and I was just kind of floating out to get away. I didn't want to race him on the back, you know, from the back, and I didn't want to race him on the lead either because, you know, he's got some big races coming up. And I talked to Ronnie and, you know, just kind of floated out of there and found a hole. They went 26 or whatever, 54 flat, and, you know, I just kind of moved him going down the backside. And I picked up cover from Brandon, and then, you know, off the last turn, I just fanned him out, and, you know, he just mowed him down.
It was close at the end, like nosing him down. What does it feel like to win in such a high caliber of a race with such a high caliber and a classy of a horse? Just
to win with that horse is, you know, it's unbelievable because he's the best horse ever, I think. He's so tough, you know, and Ronnie does such a great job with him. And, you know, it was really nice to win with him because I know the owners, you know, all of them, Weaver, Buscemi, JJK Stable, they're all really close with me. So, you know, to do good for those guys is always great.
Thank you, Kelly and Matt Kakaley. He was so excited. Can you see the physical image of
of him hanging on to the horse's neck?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, let me tell you about this. There was a horse that came along. It cost $825,000 as a yearling. The horse's name was, or is rather, Detour Hanover. The detour was we had to go to the bank and withdraw $825,000 to buy him. Anyway, it's been a long process getting him to the races. As you know, he's going to be handled with kid gloves. Well, his first start took place Tuesday night at Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs. He was the 8 horse. His name is Detour Hanover, and let's see if he gets it done in the first start of his life.
But it's still Detour Hanover who leads them as they get to 3 quarters, 128-1, 29 2 third panel. It's been an unhurried trip here on the front end for Detour Hanover, and he's going to try to take him home. Celebrity Maserati is stalking in the pocket. Further back there to Sherman's Creek and Marion Mad Dash. Top of the stretch, Detour Hanover now has to deal with Celebrity Maserati, and Miller asks for the first time. Celebrity Maserati is gaining slightly there. Detour Hanover has to dig in. Celebrity Maserati trying to time it. It's tight. It is Detour Hanover.
Well, he only won the race by like this much, but he looks like he's got a nice stride, and there's a lot to build on there. But when you have an $825,000 investment, you know, we'll see what happens.
He's just teasing us.
You think?
Yeah, he'll win by way more next time.
So it's like a measured win, one of those?
Yeah, why not?
Congratulations to Tom Cancelleri, who is the trainer of this, hopefully the next superstar in the sport of harness racing. Stay with us when we come back. We'll get more from Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs. Racing's coming back at you. Don't go away.
Inside Dallenbach, Hanover trying to hold off the persistent Transcending.
Mohegan Sun, off-track wagering. Allentown, Carbondale, East Stroudsburg. Always leave happy.
NF Quotable got
Why do so many winners travel in EB trailers? They love the ride. EB Pacesetter trailers deliver your horses in peak condition, ready to race every time. Designed to provide safe and comfortable transport for standard-bred racehorses, EB's Pacesetter Series trailers are the preferred choice of professional standard-bred trainers and breeders nationwide. All EB Pacesetter models feature custom standard-bred options and excellent airflow and aligned interior sealing to keep your horses fresh and comfortable. Every EB trailer has commercial quality componentry and riveted sidewall construction engineered and designed to stand up to constant and rigorous horse and road use. And a sleek aerodynamic nose design that also delivers improved fuel savings. More winners ride with EB than any other trailer. EB, setting the pace in standard-bred horse transportation.
Hi there, welcome back to PA Harness Week. Along with Heather Moffat, I'm Steve Ross. And our lovely Charlotte McBride caught up with driver Yannick Gingras. As we mentioned before, Yannick was up in Canada for some very big racing action, including the Metro and the Trotting Classic that was going on up there. But we had to wonder, what was it like to leave the richest pacer in harness racing history into the hands of another driver, specifically Matt Kakaley, and when Yannick drives that horse all the time? And Charlotte asked him. Here's what we found out.
I'm here with driver Yannick Gingras. Now, Yannick, you had a prior commitment this week. You were in Canada, so you didn't have the privilege of driving Foiled Again. So Matt Kakaley got that drive, and as you know, Matt Kakaley also got a win with that horse. What's that feel like?
Oh, it feels great, actually, because, Matt's drove him many times, and he's driven him well. It's great because I know, obviously I wouldn't lose the drive. I've driven him for so long, and to see that he's sharp, and it wasn't just a fluke in Canada, that it wasn't just a trip, and to see that he performed well is definitely, it's very nice.
And for those of our viewers out there that don't know, this is the richest pacer in North American harness racing history. What makes this horse so special?
His heart, he's got big guts, and he, puts up every week. He never puts up a bad performance, and maybe 4 or 5 times out of 170 starts that he didn't perform where we thought he should, and he's always every time he's had excuses. So him showing up every week and his will to win is definitely his 2 biggest quality.
Now, looking at some of the stats on Foiled Again, I've noticed that from the months of September through December, Foiled Again really comes alive, almost unbeatable through those months. What is it about the fall?
I don't know. I really don't. Sometimes I wonder if he doesn't have allergies or something, because in the spring, he's pretty good in the spring, but he's racing against lesser competition, too. He's racing at Yonkers and the Molson in Canada, so he doesn't race against all the top horses. And in the summer, he's not as good as at all. Every year, you're like, man, maybe he's done. Maybe he just doesn't have it anymore. But then in the fall, he comes back, and this year I was like, is it the year where he's not going to come back? And he looked like, according to his last 2 starts, it looked like he is going to come back one more time. So I don't know. I don't know if it's allergies, like I said, or whatever it is, but he definitely does seem to like the fall, and that's what all the big races are. So it could be a worse time, that's for sure.
Thanks so much, Charla. Let's get back into racing. This time the 5th on Saturday from Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs. It was a condition trot for winners over $25,000 in their lifetime, and $25,000 was what they were racing for. Number 5, Anders Bluestone with Georgie Knapp with the prohibitive 1-2 chalk. Number 1, Hava Cadabra, Hava Cadabra with 7-2 with Matt Kakaley. Number 3, Mystery Photo was 5-1 with Tyler Buter with the call. Jim Baviglia.
Rose Run Hooligan, 3/4, 124-4, 28-2, third panel, and Rose Run Hooligan still there by a length and a half. Anders Bluestone having a hard time getting to him now. Havacadabra still there on the inside, further back Imperial Count. Top of the stretch, Rose Run Hooligan still there by a length and a half, but Anders Bluestone isn't finished with him here on the outside. Rose Run Hooligan is holding steady, and Rose Run Hooligan takes it on the front end.
Number 2, Rose Run Hooligan, off at 6-1 with Dave Miller, went to the front and dared anyone to try and pass him. Well, no one could. He wired in 153-1, beating Anders Bluestone a length. Mystery Photo got 3rd, and now with Saturday's 8th from the same track, Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs, the lovely Heather Moffat.
Thank you. Non-winners of $27,500. Last 5 starts. First is $21,000. Number 5, Stonebridge Tonic. He's a 2-1 favorite. Been racing on Yonkers half-mile oval. And then number 7 is Touch the Rock. I'm a huge wrestling fan, but when I see the words Touch the Rock, I actually think of kissing the Blarney Stone. In Ireland, I don't know, whatever.
If you smell.
All right, number 8, DVC Flying Frenchman. A really tough post here, but coming off a really impressive win in New York.
Inside Dallenbach, Hanover trying to hold off the persistent Transcending. A good trip there for DVC Flying Frenchman and Safe Harbor. Second over is in striking position, a length back as Transcending makes a slight lead. Third over coming up, Drop Red also on the move. Touch the Rock going out 3 wide, getting backed up there. Stonebridge Tonic 3/4, 123-3, 28-1 on the back. Safe Harbor now takes that lead away, now goes off stride. So Transcending working hard still there, but he's ripe for Touch the Rock, who's coming on the outside fast. At the top of the stretch, Touch the Rock and Transcending here. These two go to battle. Coming up on the outside as well, that's DVC Flying Frenchman. DVC Flying Frenchman and Touch the Rock to the line. DVC Flying Frenchman.
David Miller won the race that you just did. David Miller wins the race that we just saw. And there is a reason that his nickname is the Purple Jesus, okay? I did not make that up. That is what they started calling him in Ohio, so nobody get offended. But this is a perfect example. Okay, check this out. So he's driving Dvcflyingfrenchman. They leave out of post 8, yields to the favorite, but then, you know, about the 3/4 pole, he gets back through the field. They're coming down the stretch, and it's like David Miller pulls this horse out, and they make this complete horizontal line across the racetrack, and he finds room, and he gets up. Like, this happens with David Miller. He is just 2 words. Awesome.
Purple Jesus.
He is just amazing. That's one of those races where afterwards I'm like, what just happened, okay? Time of the mile, 152 flat, Touch the Rock was second, Transcending took third.
Ooh, that was a lot of stuff going on right there, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was excited.
You were genuinely excited. Okay, stay with us when we come back. We'll go to right here at Harris, Philadelphia. Why? They have the Stallion Series Championships, and you'll see them, so don't go anyplace.
Smoother Ride now takes the advantage by a neck to a half.
Horses helping people, people helping horses. At Equilibrium, horses help those with special needs achieve balance in body, mind, and spirit, while Equilibrium's people give retired horses the forever home they deserve. Join in the giving and help spread the joy of equine-assisted activities. Visit www.equi-librium.org to learn more and make a tax-deductible contribution today. Equilibrium, a helping hoof for those in need.
Hi, and welcome back to PA Harness Week, along with Heather Moffat. I'm Steve Ross. Oh, I almost forgot. Put on a show. The horse sent me a Facebook friend request.
Oh,
did you get one?
No.
Oh, did you guys get one? It said put on a show, and I said, are you kidding me? And I put declined.
Oh, no, as if. No, you did not.
No, I didn't. But I was very flattered by the whole thing, okay? We promised you the Stallion Series Championships from here at Harris, Philadelphia. Let's start with the 5th race. Are you ready for this one? A $40,000 event for 2-year-old trotting colts. Number 4, Smoother Ride with Ron Pierce was the strong 3-5 favorite. And number 2, Me and Cinderella off at 9-5 with Tim Tetrick was the only other horse to get bet. But this was a real laugher for Smoother Ride, winning by $1 million in 156-3. He's an American off at 25-1 with Charlie Norris got second. Spiro DeVee, an 11-1 shot with Rick Bonhauer, was third.
Okay, on to the 2-year-old pacing colt division. The favorite is 6-5, number 6, McAlvin, coming into this with 4 wins in a row in Stallion Series action, but it was one of the longest shots on the board, pulling an upset. Eddie Sweat won in a lifetime best of 152-1, also a stakes record, with Pierce in the bite, and for trainer Tim Twaddle, Eddie Perspiration, Eddie Sweat, paid $44.40 to win. McAlvin was second, and Fortuity took third.
Next up was race 9, another $40,000 Stallion Series Championship event. 2-year-old pacing fillies. Are you ready for this one? Number 5, Want Answers. You want answers? I want answers. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth. You know what that's from. Was 1-2 with, oh no, not Pierce again. And until the last couple of feet, looked like a bargain at that price. But Want Answers was motoring around the racetrack in full psycho mode, cutting fancy splits of 26-4, 55, 123-1. Yes, these are 2-year-olds, mind you, before hitting a wall and just living, beating number 4 Botox Hanover by a wrinkle in 153-1. Eric Carlson drove the 9-1 shot. Number 2, Glowing Fashion off at 7-2 with Tim Tetrick was third.
Okay, the final Stallion Series Championship of the day was for 2-year-old trotting fillies. Number 2, Changed It All, is the 7-5 favorite, coming off a win at Pocono, but this filly had been unruly a couple times this year, and well, she did go off stride once again. And it was Tattoo You, who happens to have Ron Pierce in the sulky for the first time, and he gets the job done, gets to the wire first in 158-1. Global Beauty took the place spot, and Wonton Hanover was third. So can you believe Ron Pierce wins all 4 of these Stallion Series championships? He has gone where no driver has gone before, to the winner's circle for these finals in a matter of like a 2-hour period there. So pretty amazing.
Luke Skywalker or something? Who is this guy?
I don't know. he definitely isn't using a broom on the racetrack, but he did do some very big sweeping on this day, and I caught up with Ron Pierce about this very memorable afternoon. Ronnie, you have won 3 Hambletonians, 4 Little Brown Jugs, and although the Stallion Series aren't huge races like that, you did sweep 4 in one day. When you left the track that day, how were you feeling?
I was feeling good.
Were you impressed with yourself? Because that's a pretty amazing feat, right?
Is it? I don't know. I haven't thought about that much. I thought the horses all raced good. I just kind of sat there, and they did they did all the work.
All right. It does matter what's between the shafts, for sure. However, you had 2 of the horses that you'd only driven once, okay? And 2 other horses you had never even sat behind before. So as a driver, how do you prepare yourself for that?
Well, you just take a look at the program, get an idea how fast you think the race will go, get an idea how fast and what kind of trip your horse needs to win the race, and then go out there and hope things go your way.
One of the horses' names was Tattoo You. Do you have any tattoos yourself?
Nope.
Okay. Just checking. I thought the audience out there should know a little something about you, so just in case there was something to reveal. But thanks for being on the show, Ronnie.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Ronnie.
What are you doing?
I'm getting ready for college picks.
You're eating popcorn and you're holding big money. Okay, all right.
And I got big money in my eyes, big money in my hand. I make money with college. I'm excited about this. Hey, Cal, what do you got for us this week, babe?
Thanks, Heather and Steve. We're expecting some nice weather this weekend and hopefully some fast miles as a result. First race we're going to take a look at is the 6th tonight at Yonkers. It's their open pace, and the 1 Malicious has just been dominating the condition ranks at Yonkers, most recently taking the field coast to coast in the off-goings for a nice victory. Now trainer Mark Ford bumping this guy up a notch in class. He retains Mark McDonald in the bike for tonight's race. There's a lot of speed on his outside, so I think if he could protect the rail and rate the fractions just right, he will be in the winner's circle after race 6. 1, 8, 5, and 4, my picks in there. And then Monday at Harrington, race number 10 is the Quillen. It's a short but strong field of 5. I don't think anyone is better than Cheddar. He draws the rail in here, got a tough trip last out in the Canadian Pacing Derby, but still managed to get up there in the final strides. Was necked out by the classy Foiled Again. These 2 will square off yet again on Monday. It will no doubt be a dash for the cash, but I like the chances of the Minister of Speed with the sharp Better Than Cheddar. He's had at least 2 weeks off to prepare for Monday's race, and I think that downtime will definitely come in handy for him. 1, 2, and 4. Hopefully they'll bring you some luck and maybe a little bit of extra money. We'll send it back to you guys.
Thanks, Cal. You know, look, maybe it's me. It might be a guy thing. But I watch her every week, and she does a great presentation, and she studies a lot about the horses and everything else, and she's got this great smile with so many pretty white teeth that when she gets done, I forgot who she picked, and I don't care.
I think you're right. The smile is a little distracting because it's just so beautiful. Yeah.
Is it a guy thing, maybe?
I don't know. I'm not commenting. I'm not going there today, okay?
I got you. Okay. All right, guess what? When we come back, we're going to go in the bike because we want to. Don't go away.
Michael's power on the inside with the lead. A rock and roll dance on the outside.
Welcome, good old Sunday. No love when you don't come. Welcome, son. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to your place in the sun. Welcome to your place in the sun.
Hi there, welcome back to PA Harness Week, and I'd like to give you an invitation. I'd like you to come along with me as we go into the bicycle. Okay, let's head up to Mohawk. They had some fancy doings going on up there. And the $252,000 Simcoe Stakes final for 3-year-old pacing colts and geldings. And all the betting heat was coming from the outside. Number 8, Michael's Power was 6-5 with Scott Zorn. Number 12, A Rock and Roll Dance with Yannick Gingras was 9-5. Number 9, Dapper Dude, who beat Sweet Lou last week at Pocono, was 6-1 with John Campbell. And with a call, here's our man, Ken Middleton.
Michael's Power on top. Here on the outside to challenge him now comes A Rock and Roll Dance. Buried in the pocket spot, 3rd. Panther Hanover, 4th outside. Speed again, gapping his cover. 3/4, 120, 1-4. And the sophomore spin into the stretch. Michael's Power on the inside with the lead. A Rock and Roll Dance on the outside from in second. Panther Hanover live. Filion shakes him loose on the far outside. Here comes Panther Hanover. That Panther wants some racetrack. And Filion feeds it to him. Panther Hanover on the outside is closing a ton.
Number 5, Panther Hanover, off to 9-1 with Hervé's great-grandson, Sylvain. Got a perfect 2-hole trip and won in 149-1. And Rock and Roll Dance got the lead, turned it for home before hitting a wall, was second. Michael's Power was another length back in third. But that was not all that took place at Mohawk on Saturday night. How about 2 limbs of the Metro? And Heather's got that for you.
It was actually the Mohawk Canadian Classic limbs.
Save it.
All right, yes, we have in here was race number 2. Number 5, Knows Nothing, went off the heavy 3-5 favorite, but kept his fans holding their breath into the last stride. Jim Tan Laundry was on top. Knows Nothing was sitting in the 2-hole, finally in deep stretch. Knows Nothing kicks into another gear, and he just gets up. It was so close that driver Jody Jamieson didn't even know if he had it won, but he did, and it was a new lifetime mark in 152-4. Jim Tan Laundry was second. Guccio rallied for third.
Saturday's 4th at Mohawk was the second limb of the $40,000 Canadian Trotting Classic. Number 9, Market Share, the Hambo champ with Tetrick, a slight favorite, 7-5 over number 1, Little Brown Fox with Yannick Gingras. And Little Brown Fox got a nice rail trip before Yannick took him outside at the 3/4. From there, he battled with Market Share at the wire. Little Brown Fox was a neck better. Market Share second. Early leader, Prestidigitator, was third.
I just want to say that the top 5 finishers, you know, from those limbs we just saw, tonight is the final. It's $1 million. So make sure you come out via simulcast and watch. Okay, now we're heading to Vernon Downs, aren't we? Woohoo! It's a $200,000 credit winner final, and it's open trotters. The entire field will take home money in this, as it was only a 4-horse race. Number 3 is the world record holder, Chapter 7, and he was the 1-2 favorite with Tim Tetrick in the bike. But going down the backstretch, Corey Callahan had Hot Shot Blue Chip out from third and rolling. He trots on to win in 151-2. Chapter 7 was just a head back for second. Arch Madness finished third, while Mr. Herbie took fourth. By the way, Hot Shot Blue Chip, with that race, became Harness Racing's newest millionaire.
More than Foiled Again?
No.
Just kidding. Okay, next up, the $191,000 Muscle Hill for age trotters at Vernon. Number 6, Cedar Dove, was the 6-5 chalk with Timmy Tetrick. Number 7, Action Broadway, 7-2 with Rick Plano. And Pembroke Heat Wave. I don't know about you, but I don't like horses that have broken their names if they're a trotter. Well, a little shaky. Number 1, Beat Goes On Hanover, off at 6-1 with Tron Smetshammer for Nifty Norman, 1 in 154 flat. Number 4, Four Damsels, I wonder how many were in distress, a 35-1 shot was second. Number 3, Magic Wheel, off at 11-1, finished fourth, but was placed third because Pembroke got in the way. I couldn't resist, I'm sorry. All right, that's going to do it for us. Time to leave us, and for all of us here at PA Harness Week, including Bruce Casella, my lovely partner Heather Moffat, I'm Steve Ross, reminding you to get high on harness.
It's only natural.
Explosive Matter wins the Colonial easily.
Underway.
Starting fast outside there.